I call the March 4th, 2020 meeting of the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission to order at 6:30 p.m. We will now have Pledge of Allegiance taken by Commissioner Albert.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
We will now have roll call taken by Staff Liaison Francine Spriegel.
Please say here present when I call your name. Chair Glabke.
Here.
Vice Chair Schlosser.
Here.
Commissioner Alpert.
Here.
Commissioner Emanuel.
Here.
Commissioner Friedman.
Here.
Commissioner Goodnight is absent. Commissioner Matus.
Here.
Commissioner McKeown.
Here.
Commissioner McCary.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Shea is absent. Commissioner Tovey.
Present.
Commissioner Shu is absent. Adult Commissioner Petrus.
Present.
And Adult Commissioner Martinez.
Here.
Thank you.
Agenda item 4 is our public comments. Will Commissioner Tovey please introduce this item?
This is a time in our meeting when we invite members of the public to state their concerns about youth-related issues in our city or to present items for commission consideration. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak at this time? There being none, let's move on.
Item number 5 is our guest speaker. However, we do not have one tonight, so I'll move on to item number 6, our project reports. Can I have Commissioner Emanuel please introduce item A, our City of Thousand Oaks General Plan Update?
The general plan met last month to rank community strengths and values as well as to begin to learn about how to plan the city. We have our next meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Oaken Park Room at City Hall. We'll be going over the findings and input received at the Youth Summit. Our next outreach to gain input on what the city wants to look like in the future is on April 10th at 4:30 p.m. at the Goebel Center. Please join us at this event or at our meeting tomorrow. Thank you.
Next, we have item B, our therapeutic dance report. Can Commissioner Friedman please give this report?
Good evening. The therapeutic dance is coming up on March 28th, 2020. Volunteers are needed for the event as well as the 2 work parties leading up to the dance. The first work party is on March 21st, 2020 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Art Trek. The second work party is March 27th, 2020 from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Teen Center. The dance itself is March 28th from 5:30 to 9 p.m. at the Teen Center. Volunteers are needed to help set up as well as accompany guests of the dance and also clean up. Setup begins at 8:30 a.m. and cleanup ends at 10 p.m. All volunteers must sign a release prior to volunteering and hope to see you there.
We will now have Commissioner Matus give agenda item 6C, our youth recognition report.
The deadline for Youth Recognition Awards has been extended to March 8th. We need more middle school nominations, so make sure to ask your school counselors to nominate you. We look forward to an awesome event this year, and visit toaks.org/youth for more information on this.
Next up, we have Vice Chair Schlosser and Commissioner Nash giving our Youth Leadership Summit reports.
The Youth Leadership Summit of 2020 just happened about 2 weeks ago on February 20th. We had around 6 students and a youth commissioner at each of our 10 tables. Leaders from all over the community came to facilitate roundtable discussions based on topics related to their field of work. We had the mayor and city council members, the superintendent, and school board members, police officers, and CRPD members. The students were able to rotate and discuss all of their community concerns. We also had the retired Chief of Police, Tim Hagel, speak about the Safe Passage program that helps young students at risk stay away from gang influence.
This year, the General Plan Committee led the second half of the night. Groups had the task of ranking community values and community problems, which will be used as feedback to help the General Plan activities. Each group was also given a large outline map of the City of Thousand Oaks and Post-its, pens, and stickers that coordinated with the type of infrastructure. The goal was to label places on the map with new ideas of housing activities or multi-use buildings, to provide ideas for the 9,000 new units that need to be built within the next couple of years. Each group got to present their ideas, and the General Plan Committee took the maps as resources for the future. We are currently in the process of writing our large report based off what we heard at the event, which we will be presenting to City Council later this year. Thank you to all who came and made it an amazing event.
We will now have each of our commissioners give a little snippet of their report to City Council about our Youth Leadership Summit. We will start with Commissioner McKeown.
At the Youth Leadership Summit, my group consisted of 3 Westlake juniors, and we circled around 3 tables. Our first table, we met with council members and talked about the issues of mental health in our community and how social media can be more regulated to help stop this. Our second table, we met with CRPD and talked about environmental issues. The youth said that they wanted more community cleanups and better communication between CRPD and our school's ASB and ASGs so that people know when the events are coming up. The last table was with CVUSD School Board, and we talked about school safety. The students said they wanted more education during lockdowns and other emergency situations so they knew what was going on during the time, and they wanted time to debrief after these situations took place before going straight into learning more lessons. We also talked about the general plan, as stated earlier, and my group wanted to focus on implementing more recreational and exciting buildings such as laser tag or bowling for kids to do at nights without getting into trouble. They also want one of their main focuses to be keeping TO a welcoming community for everyone.
Next, we have Commissioner Matus, and we'll just work our way down the dais from there.
My name is Anthony, and I was leading a group of juniors at my Youth Leadership Summit table. The main issues my group discussed were receiving test back and being able to make corrections to help them further learn the information. Another issue they discussed was the vaping epidemic and how we can use student-led rallies to help counter this growing issue. And the last thing we discussed was helping students to gain a better mental health state by having a positive outlook on life and cutting down on social media use. And then during the mapping activities, my group focused on having better places for teens to hang out, and some of the ideas they came up with were either a paintball facility or maybe a mini golf course. And these were the issues and solutions my students proposed.
My table, which was CRPD, was the first table. I had 9th graders and 8th graders from Kalina and Westlake. We talked about how we can have more and more, like we're expressing through general planning and having like the main ideas of the events that are held at the teen center. We can express them more at schools during assemblies. At my second table with CVUSD, we talked about school safety and vaping, how it could lead to a lot of just bad stuff at our schools that we don't want, and how we can become nervous and just not feel like it's safe. And then back at CRPD, we talked about how to just get more students at the teen center for our dances. And during our general planning, we just wanted more housing for single families.
Okay. I met with a group of seniors who had a large voice for the city and wanted to share their opinions. So at table 1 with the City of Thousand Oaks, my table discussed the dangers of the recent fire outbreaks. The city has implemented a series of recommended actions in case of a fire outbreak. They also know what areas are at high risk for fires and have plans for those communities in danger. We also talked about reducing our carbon footprint and what others in the community can do about theirs. Next, at table 2 with CRPD, we talked about having more activities for teens in the community. Some ideas we came up with were fun runs, outdoor movie nights, battle of the bands, and more recreational sports. The main purpose of this is to get more teens involved in the community. We want to get more kids outside and spend less time on their phone. Technology is quickly taking over, and often we forget to put down the phone and get outside. At table 3 with CVUSD and the Thousand Oaks Police Department, we talked about mental health and what is being done in the community about it. We discussed having someone other than your counselor at school to go to, like a school therapist. Some schools offer this, but definitely not all of them. And we felt that most counselors are uneducated on the topic and are oftentimes very busy. They also write letters of recommendations for seniors, so that can make some people not want to open up to them. So the group of individuals I met with were very hands-on and expressed their concerns for our city, and they want to make the city a safer and better place.
So the group that I was with was 7th and 8th graders from all the different schools. Throughout the rotations, we met with members from CVUSD, Thousand Oaks Police Department, and City Council members. The main thing that the students were focused on is more extracurriculars in the community, a better way to express themselves instead of the set extracurriculars the school has, like sports. We basically talked about having a wide variety so every student could find something that they liked. We also talked about school safety and how to feel more safe if emergencies were to happen, such as fires or man-caused incidents. And then with the general plan, we talked about a lot of commercial and recreational facilities as a way to keep kids out of trouble and off their phones.
So my group was a mix of ages from 9th grade to 11th grade from all different schools. And one of our main topics was school safety. And we talked mainly on how there should be more campus security on some schools. And another thing we talked about was bathrooms and how there's sometimes few at some school and unsanitary at times. And there are also bad policies that the students said they didn't like. Another big topic was mental health and how balancing homework, extracurriculars, and family time was difficult. We got tips on time management, however, and they recommended that we prioritize and make calendars so that we can visualize what our time looks like.
My group was comprised of mostly sophomores in high school. We visited the superintendent, the sergeant, councilmember Engler, the state senator representative, Mayor Al Adam, and the city manager. The main problems we wanted addressed were more environmentally friendly practices in schools, cleaner campuses, and more awareness about stress, anxiety, and mental health. They wanted more communications between teachers about workload and test days, as well as mental health being an excused absence. The main things my group wanted added to the city are public transportation and a main gathering space.
Thank you, Commissioners, for your reports. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Schlosser.
Item 7 is school and liaison reports. In addition to being an advisory body to City Council, the Youth Commission also appoints commissioners to act as liaisons to various youth organizations. Commissioner McKeown, will you please introduce item 7A, the ASG-ASB portion of our meeting?
The Youth Commission invites representatives from each of our local high schools and middle schools to present information about school activities and for the purpose of generating a feeling of community spirit. Our first representative speaker today is Larkin Patch from Sequoia Middle School.
Grader as well as Vice President of ASB at Sequoia Middle School. In ASB, we have had many dress days this past month, including a red, white, and pink for Valentine's Day and a pink shirt dress day for Kindness Day. Our next major event is March 20th. It is our spring dance, which this year will be the Shamrock Social. We also have many lunch activities for all of the students, including Minute to Win It challenges, Gaga Ball, and even an Oreo guessing challenge. All of our 6th graders just completed a week at outdoor school, and I have heard all positive things. Our annual Sequoia Idol will be on March 6th, where students get to show off their singing abilities. And lastly, students will be able to get involved with different activities to show many students' abilities with our annual Sequoia's Abilities Awareness Week next week. Thank you all for your attention. Good night.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Caroline Lindquist from St. Pascal Baylan School.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Lindquist, and I am in 8th grade at St. Pascal Baylan School. Last night, the 2nd graders made their first reconciliation, and we are very proud of them for them growing closer to God. During the season of Lent, each student will reflect on the Stations of the Cross until Easter break. Tomorrow, we will be premiering the Teacher for a Day, where students are chosen to be teachers and help out with the students. We will also have our 2nd annual STEM night with many science and math-related activities. The St. Patrick's Day Spirit Day and popcorn sale is on March 17th, along with hush pins for junior high boys where they can't talk to the girls. The sixth grade will also be attending outdoor school on March 17th and will be returning on the 20th. Thank you for your time and have a great night.
Thank you. Our last speaker is Amandine Vetten from Westlake High School.
Hi, my name's Amandine Belton. I'm a junior at Westlake High School, and I will be your representative tonight. We have had a very exciting start to March and have another great month planned ahead. First of all, I want to congratulate our Westlake High School mock trial team on their third place finish at the 2020 Ventura County mock trial. We are all very proud of you. Today we had our student-led End the R Word rally, where students were encouraged to take a pledge to stop saying the R word regardless of the context. An inspiring video was shown of special needs students showing who they really are. Special needs students spoke to show students that their disability does not define them. Last Friday, we had our honor roll barbecue to promote academic excellence. WHS admin provided a complimentary lunch to all students who met a certain GPA requirement in the previous semester. This past Friday, Westlake's Advanced Anatomy had their annual talent show. The selective class where students dissect human cadavers showed their talents off outside of their glorious academic record. February marked the beginning of Black History Month, a federally recognized nationwide celebration that provides the opportunity for all Americans to reflect on the significant roles that African Americans have played in the shaping of the U.S. history. We have recognized notable members of the African American community throughout this month. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you to all of our speakers who came out tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner McKeown. Item 7B is the Teen Center Advisory Council. Will Commissioners Martinez and Friedman please introduce this portion of the meeting?
Thank you. I'll be happy to say a few words. A quick recap of some events that happened in last few weeks at the Teen Center. Our 7th and 8th grade Valentine's Day dance was on February the 8th. Our second trip to Mountain High sold out. And once again, the mountain had some of the best possible conditions for shredding the gnar. Our winter middle school leagues are going strong with 20 different teams competing in boys volleyball and girls basketball, and our spring hoops high school boys basketball league just got underway with several teams involved in very competitive play. Our lobby arcade game has been restored and now offers over 200 classic arcade games. Favorites include Pac-Man, Street Fighter 2, Rampage. These are totally free, by the way, to play. We also picked up a Nintendo Switch for the lobby, too.
Some upcoming programs include the 7th and 8th grade Cosmic Dodgeball Tournament hosted by Mr. Pete Martinez as part of CRPD's #Unplug campaign this Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Teen Center Science Festival is on Tuesday, March 10th from 4:30 to 6 o'clock p.m. The Under the Rainbow Dance, which is put on by area high school Gay Straight Alliance clubs, is on March 20th from 7 to 10 p.m. The yearly middle school billiards and ping pong tournament is coming up on Saturday, April 4th. As a reminder, we are open 7 days a week to just come and hang out. It's totally free. Get all the details on our website for the events I talked about and all our upcoming programs at ThousandOaksTeenCenter.com and follow us on Instagram at Thousand Oaks Teen Center.
Thank you, Commissioners Martinez and Friedman. Commissioner McCary, will you please introduce Item 7C, the Thousand Oaks Library Teen Advisory League, or total item?
Hello, my name is Maddie McCary, and tonight I am representing the Thousand Oaks Teen Advisory League, or TOTAL, for the Thousand Oaks Library. If you haven't had a chance to try virtual reality, come to the library. Just like books take you into new worlds, so can virtual reality. You can sign up for 10 minutes to try Oculus Go or Oculus Quest VR systems on Wednesdays at the Newbury Park Library and Thursdays at the Thousand Oaks Grant R. Brimhall Library. VR sessions from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in March. Check the library's newsletter for all events. Studying for the SAT or ACT? Flashcards are available to borrow inside the library while you are studying there. Just ask the information desk, and you can use the flashcards while you are at the library by exchanging a library or student ID card. Ask about other study aids for the tests at the information desk as well. This month, we have bookish trivia and a bookish scavenger hunt at the library. Participate for a chance to win a gift card. Join us in the Grant R. Brimhall Library Teen Space and make Lego Garden by making Lego flowers, clovers, bees, and other garden items to decorate the teen space. Come see our Red Sun book cover art show displays in the Thousand Oaks Grant R. Brimhall Library's Teen Space and next to the aquarium. Create blackout poetry and art and enter our art show and contest for a chance to win a prize. Details at the library. Play Nintendo Switch games at the library. Choose from Dragon Ball FighterZ, Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart, or Puyo Puyo Tetris. Thursday, March 12th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the Newbury Park Library. The library also has a free music streaming service called Frigo. Download the Frigo app, enter your Thousand Oaks library card number, and enjoy free streaming music along with some free downloads from the library. We hope you enjoy using the library's resources for fun or study. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McCary. At this time, I would like to turn the meeting back over to Chair Globke.
We are now on agenda item number 8, which is Commissioner comments. Can Commissioner Alpert please introduce this portion of the meeting?
Arbor Earth Day 2020. Earth Day's 50th anniversary, Saturday, April 11th, 2020, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., Grant R. Brimhall Library. Be there. Don't miss out. There are no more Commissioner comments. Thank you. Oh, one more. Commissioner Martinez?
Yes, thank you. In recognition of the National Day of Unplugging, the Canal Recreation Park District will be conducting an unplugged series of programs throughout the whole day coming this Saturday, March 7th. The National Day of Unplugging will begin actually sundown on Friday, March 6th, the night of, and then will end the next day on sundown, at sundown on March the 7th. The goal is to encourage all of us to take a break from technology, electronics, and social media for a 24-hour period to reconnect and engage with the natural world in our community. Now, just to give you a recap of the day's events quickly, on Saturday, March 7th, in the morning, we'll have introduction to Tai Chi for 16 and over at Canal Creek North Park, followed by Goat Yoga, that's why I said Goat Yoga, for age 10 and over at Old Meadows Park. There will be a Spring Arts and Crafts Festival at Borcha Community Center from 10:30 to 4 that day. Cosmic Dodgeball, which I'll be participating and refereeing, will be taking place again at, as Commissioner Friedman said, at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center, 11:30 to 1 o'clock, open to all 7th and 8th graders, and this is a free program. So come and, I like this, unplug, jump, dodge, and roll in a black light setting. It's done in a dark room with fluorescent dodgeballs. So if you have any questions, call me at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center. That's Pete Martinez at the Thousand Oaks Teen Center to sign up and get a waiver form signed by your parents. Next, we have open swim all day for all ages at the community pool at Cal Lutheran, and that is free. Then we have succulent potting and design for age 8 and over at the Global Adults Community Center, followed by our last event for the evening from 3 to 5:30, a hike and community dinner will be conducted at Sapwe Trails Community Park. For more information and to sign up to register some of these programs, please go to Canal Recreation Park District website. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Martinez. Any more Commissioner comments? Commissioner Globke?
So yesterday I had the opportunity to vote for the first time in the presidential primary, and I'd just like to remind everybody that if you're going to turn 18 before the actual election in November, please register to vote, because it's a really important right to exercise, and it doesn't just affect the presidential election. It also has an impact on local elections, such as our school board and our city council. And it's just a really important thing to be doing as a citizen. So I encourage you all to register to vote if you'll be 18 by that time.
Thank you, Chair Globkey. And that's all our comments. Thank you.
All right, before I adjourn the meeting, I have a couple of reminders. Have your advisors send in nominations for our Youth Recognition Awards. We need volunteers for our therapeutic dance on March 28th. And if you would like any information about what I have said, what we've previously said in this meeting, or you just have questions about anything relating to the Youth Commission, you can call 805-381-7362 or email Thousand Oaks Youth Commission at toaks.org, or like Thousand Oaks Youth Commission on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. There being no further business to come before the Commission, the Youth Commission meeting is adjourned to our next regular meeting.